Hello, souls. How are you? Today I have something different for you. I will talk about the four archetypes of the four queens in the tarot deck. So I will give you examples of people in the real life, celebrities that are matching the characteristic of these four queens. I will tell you what are the main characteristics of these four queens and how you can recognize them in real life and in your personal readings. As you can see, we have the Queen of the Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Wands, and at the end we have the Queen of Pentacles. Bear in mind that swords represent the air signs in the astrology. So we have Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Cups represent water, and we have Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Wands represent fire, and we have Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. Finally, we have Pentacles, which represent Earth, and we have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. How can you recognize them when you see the cards? You can look at the color scheme. You see that the swords are with shades that look like air. So we have gray, grayish, bluish, this type of color scheme. And we have the water, which is greenish and bluish. And look also at the shapes. We have sharp shapes and forms with swords. Everything is cold and hard. With water we have soft shapes, soft clothing. We have softness in materials. That waviness in hairs and in surroundings. With the wands we have the fire colors. So we have sunflowers, we have flames, we have in this deck also pets that looks like a tiger, even if it's a cat. You can take a look also at the symbols that appear. So we have a lion here, and with pentacles we have earthy tones. Everything that looks like earthy, grounding, nature, and fall. Okay, well, let's review the queens one by one. The Queen of Swords is an analytical person. She's really logical, uses her mind, and she's emotionally detached. She doesn't put emotions in her decisions. She has a sharp mind, and she's really blunt in her speech. She's a really good advisor. If you need a logical advice from person who will give you the best advice in terms of what should you do. This is her, the Queen of Swords. As profession, this would be somebody who work with their mind, and usually the Suit of the Swords require some form of formal dress code, like wearing suits and maybe medical equipment. We have policemen, we have firefighters, we have warriors, and doctors as well, politics, journalists. It's more on the logical side, so there will be an uniform, but they work with their minds. So we have more writers and journalists. As an example from the real life, we have Margaret Thatcher. She is Libra, but this is not necessary. She could be also different sign, but what she did is what makes her Queen of Swords. So she took difficult decisions. She worked with her mind. She worked a job where the dress code was required, and she cut everything that was needed to be cut, regardless of the emotional side of the situation. This could be also seen as, from some people, as heartless decision. However, it was the logical one. So expect decisions like this from the Queens of Swords. They take their decisions based on pure logic, with no emotions. Physically, the Queens of Swords could have slightly longer nose, or their nose could appear as sharp shaped, even if it's not that long. When you look at their profile, you see this characteristic. There's some sharpness in their face. And know that there's no 100% Queen of Swords or Queen of Cups or Queen of Wands or whatever it is. Every real person in the real life has some percentage of the other queens in themselves. So just remember this. And if you know a person who acts like this, who is cold-minded, very logical, doesn't get influenced by their emotions when taking decisions, and usually works with their mind, this is the Queen of Swords. This person will appear as Queen of Swords in your readings. Or if you see the Queen of Swords, this could be some woman who just got divorced and who is a little bit cold. Okay, let's review the Queen of Cups. So we have a very emotional woman, very soft. It's quite the opposite of the Queen of Swords. We have soft and tender woman. She's really empathetic and compassionate. She gets really easily hurt also, but she's always ready to forgive. She is the person who will listen to you, to all of your problems, and will show you full understanding and compassion. She cannot take, however, any logical decisions. She cannot give you smart advice because she's being led by her emotions. In the traditional deck of cards, the cups are represented by the hearts, and it's really interesting that my example for a Queen of Cups from the real life is the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of the Hearts, which is Lady Diana, Princess Diana, and she's Cancer sign, and she was really emotional. Sometimes she gets over emotional. She was very compassionate and very soft. This is the kind of person you will want to have for a friend if you want somebody to listen to your problems and to show compassion and understanding. So the negative trait of the Queen of Cups is that she can get lost in her emotions. They are detached from, sometimes they could be detached from the real life and get lost. They could also have some sort of addictions, like related to their mental state, like using of alcohol and depressions. So this is what we have for the Queen of Cups. If you see them in real life, they usually have some softness in their way of dressing, in their hair. Usually they have wavy hair, and there's softness in their eyes. This is how you recognize them. It could be as meaning in a reading could indicate a woman in love or beloved woman. It depends on the context. Okay, let's continue with the Queen of Wands. As I said, we have fire signs here, and the energy is fiery. Wands represent energy, and the Queens of Wands are full of energy, even if they are not fit in all the cases. Most of them like to make sports and different physical activities. They are also very creative women, and they cannot be unnoticed. So some of them are pretty loud. Just imagine a lioness in the crowd. They are sexy and sensual, very creative, very free-spirited. They don't afraid to be different and to live their life in the way they want it. As an example from real life, we have Jennifer Lopez. So she's Leo, and as I said, it's not necessary that all fire signs are Queen of Wands, because they could be also another queen or person born under another astrological sign, could be Queen of Wands as well. It depends of the way they act in their life. So if you have somebody who is really energetic and with full of energy, full of creative ideas, always in a move, this is the Queen of Wands. Usually they dress with clothes on the hot color scheme. They like also animal patterns, and as activity they do artistic jobs or something that has to do with movement. For example, Jennifer Lopez is artist and dancer, so we have both of them. Let's continue with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is the housewife, or only the wife. It's a earthy woman who will take care of her family and her house. She knows how to make money. She cherishes her family life. She's usually married or wants to get married. She likes expensive dress, clothing and jewelry, but she doesn't mind taking care of the house and, for example, clean the bathroom, because she's really grounded. The Queens of Pentacles are really persistent. They set a goal and they pursue it every day with small steps. They know how to cook, and they are really good caregivers. They like also pets and having some garden where they can plant different kind of vegetables. So they are really earthy people. My example from the real life is Kate Middleton. Her job is to be a wife, but she's taking it very seriously, and she's really hard worker. She's preparing herself for her role when she goes out in the crowds, and she's doing it every day and very well. She's really persistent in her duties and she never complains. She takes care of her children too. So this is the kind of person you can see as a Queen of Pentacles. If we talk about fiction, we have Charlotte from Sex and the City. She's some sort of Queen of Pentacles. And you can see that we don't have clear 100% type of Queen of Pentacles in real life. Every woman is different, and every woman has different distribution of the 4 queens in her. So don't expect to have only grounded, 100% grounded person. When you meet a person that is considered to be Queen of Pentacles, she could be also emotional sometimes. She could take cold-minded decisions sometimes, but it will be, most of the time, she will be grounded, earthy, and persistent in her behavior. Okay, that was all for today. I hope you like this kind of videos. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.